So today's video is going to be pretty short. I just really want to kind of go over something that's been on my mind that I really started to think about a lot more recently. And this is something that I've dealt with my entire life. But just as of recently, I've been talking about it a lot more with one of my coworkers that I'm getting close with. And so I've realized how important of a topic it is to bring up because a lot of people ignore it. The topic I want to talk about is friendships and the right type of friends to have. And before I get into that, I want to talk about my experience with friendships so that you can get a better understanding of where I'm coming from and really where I've developed my type of mindset around it. And whether you agree with me or not about the way that I choose my friends, hopefully this can kind of help you to decide how you want to choose your friends. Because at the end of the day, I feel like one of the most important decisions that you can make in your life, aside from your career, the person you marry, whatever it might be, is the type of friends that you surround yourself with. And now I know a lot of the modern gurus nowadays will tell you, oh, you're the sum of the five closest people you surround yourself with. And they tell you become friends with people who are better than you so that they pull you up, whether it's in business, in the gym, whatever your goals are in general. And yet that's okay advice, but I want to make a clear distinction here because I used to believe that advice and it fucking hurt me, and I'll tell you why. When I used to follow that advice, it led me to believe that I had to cut off a lot of my current friends that I had, and all that did was cause me more pain than staying friends with those people who might have been, not on the same type of wavelength as I am when it comes to self-improvement. And so what I realized is that yes, you do want to surround yourself with five people who you believe are going to make you a better person, but it doesn't mean that they have to make you a better person physically, fitness, business, you know, the wisdom, whatever it is. That doesn't matter. What I think it means by surrounding yourself with five people closest to you who are going to make you a better person is by choosing people who are truly good people, who you respect because they have good morals and values. Maybe it's because they love their family or they treat other people right or they just do the right thing or they're courageous or whatever it is, they control their emotions really well. You want to surround yourself with five people who maybe they're not fucking millionaires, maybe they're not hustling or jacked, but with five people who you can truly trust and depend on to make you a better person when the world wants to turn you into a worse one. And what I mean by that is all of us go through hard times and times that test us, and that where those times where it might be easier for us to just do the wrong thing or be a bad person or turn to drugs and alcohol and all these bad things. And I think that that's where it really helps to have a strong network of friends around you who are good people who, like, for example, if you're really depressed, you can go to and talk to about that. And for me, I guess kind of going a little bit farther back before I get into where I'm at now, all of my closest friends growing up have always been like surface level friendships. They've been friendships where it's like I have fun with these people. I enjoy doing certain things. Maybe it's hitting the gym, maybe it's partying, maybe it's, a specific sport like track when I used to do track. These are surface level friendships that I enjoy talking to these people. But when I had those times when I was really depressed or I was really going through it, or even like, maybe my heart got broken, I couldn't go to those people and talk to about it because we didn't have that type of relationship. And I feel like that doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad people or they're not good friends to have. But I think that the five closest people to you should be people that you're able to open up to. Because at the end of the day, and at least one, but ideally multiple, because at the end of the day, you want to be around people that you can truly trust and depend on. So that if you do really go through a tough ass fucking time, you're not alone. I feel like nowadays a lot of people will kind of have very loose standards when it comes to the type of friends they keep, and they'll really just hang out with whoever's fun to hang out with. I've seen this a million times and I've done it myself where I've surrounded myself with the people who were most fun to hang out with. And there were multiple reasons why I did that. Obviously, one, I was trying to escape my own depression and anxiety and addictions. And, running off and hanging out with someone who was just fun to be around was a great escape from dealing with my bad emotions. But another reason why you might do that is because it boosts your ego. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. When I was growing up, I wasn't that popular in school, and hanging out with people who were more popular or who just seemed to be more cool, that really boosted my fucking ego because it made me feel like, cool, I'm hanging out with these people. Maybe I'm not such a fucking loser after all, because you have a lot of these negative thoughts about yourself when you're growing up that way. And that's kind of what I mean by these loose standards. Is a lot of people will choose their friends based on how they make their ego feel, based on if they're fun, based on maybe what they can provide them in terms of physical. Like I've seen people be friends with other people because they have money or a cool car or they pay for their food, whatever it is. And I feel like that is the worst way to choose your friends, because when it comes down to when you need the most, whether it's when you're going through a breakup or depression, or you get diagnosed with a disease, or you maybe get injured really badly and you just can't do anything, those people will not be there for you. Those people will not show up at your house when you're sick to see if you're okay. Those people will not show up at your house on your birthday when you have no plans to make plans with you and make you go out for your birthday. Those people will not be there for you when you're depressed, and they will not be the ones trying to get you out of bed and get you to go fucking keep moving on with life. And I feel like I don't necessarily think that all of your friends need to be people who are gonna be that close with you that will do that. But I feel like to some degree, you need to have friends around you that you're able to have deep conversations with. And going back to kind of how this came up to be, is that my current coworker, his name is Blake, him and I have gone pretty close in terms of being able to talk about deep things, spirituality, emotions, who we were and who we are as people. And I feel like that alone has given me so much energy just being able to talk to him. At the end of the day, what's really, making my life better, and I'm sure it's making his life better in general between us being friends, is the fact that we're able to connect and to raise each other's energy by having real conversations where we don't have to keep a mask on, right? It's not necessarily what I physically gain from being friends with him. It's just the fact that I can feel comfortable taking off the mask that I have around my boss, around, people I don't know, and be able to just be myself and say whatever comes to my mind and not even care or think about if he's going to judge me for it. And it's so freeing. Like, I know nowadays a lot of people will be so wrapped up or consumed in what other people think of them that it creates massive anxiety and honestly hinders them from really being their true self. And I feel like, you know, having a friend where you can truly say whatever the fuck comes to your mind and not care what they think, because you know they're not going to put you down or judge you for it, that is so empowering, and it really does make you feel free. And so that's kind of where I wanted to go with this video. Again, it's a pretty short video, but just really running into it is that I feel like you should choose your friends based on if you can have deep conversations with them. And when you have those deep conversations, they're listening to you, and at the same time they're also bouncing ideas back off of you, because if it's one-sided, it's not necessarily going to be as helpful. But when two people can engage in a deep conversation and connect and bounce ideas, you both raise each other's energy and vibration together, and overall you make each other's day better, your life better, your energy better, and you can trust and rely on each other when times get hard. And that's the one thing that you'll never get if you're choosing your friends based on who's fun to hang out with or who makes you feel good about yourself with your ego. That will never actually truly help you grow as a person, and it, at the end of the day, will backfire on you when you do need those people to help you and they're not there for you. So very simple. Again, hopefully that kind of makes sense to you as to how I choose my friends. I always make sure to look at someone before I choose to make them someone that I hang out with regularly. I always choose to look at who they are in terms of as a person, what their morals and values are, and how they treat me and how they treat other people they don't know. And then that's what really helps me to decide, do I want this person around me, so that I can let my guard down around them. Because when you let your guard down around other people, it's very easy for you to get taken advantage of. And you want to make sure that you're letting your guard down around people who you know won't take advantage of you. Again, hopefully this makes sense to you. It's something that took me years to figure out. I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow night. I'll make a new video about a new topic and something new that I learned, and I'll see you then.